NVMe drives such as these are all the rage right now, and if you're building a computer, odds are this is what you're going to be using for the majority of the application. These are significantly faster than other typical hard drives. However, they're also possibly going to be a little bit more reliable over the long term because there is no moving parts. However, it doesn't mean that there is no space for traditional hard drives such as the Seagate BarraCuda. The biggest downside with these types of drives is going to be the capacity and cost. So for the price of a 1 terabyte drive such as these, you can actually get a 8 terabyte drive, sometimes even with a traditional drive. So we have the Seagate BarraCuda 3.5-inch internal hard drive. So this is going to go in the computer. I didn't want to open up this packaging because this is actually going to go to my brother. But I did want to make a video of it, but that's actually what the drive looks like, and if you've seen a hard drive, you know exactly what they look like. This is going to be a serial ATA drive, and here we have the 4 terabyte drive, which is going to be very, very well attractively priced right now. So there's going to be a couple of reasons why you'd use this versus traditional, well, newer NVMe or M.2 type drives. We covered the first one, which is going to be cost, and number two is the capacities. While the largest solid-state drives such as these are just going to be right around 2 to 4 terabytes, hard drives are going to start at 1 terabyte and go as high as 24 terabytes right now. I believe we have that available. So these are going to be available in significantly higher capacities. So these are going to be really, really good right now for longer term storage. And if you're building a computer right now, I'd probably recommend getting 1 or 2 NVMe M.2 drives, so one for your main operating system, and then another one if you're a content creator for the cache, because that's going to be super quick. But for longer term storage, let's say for example for pictures, for videos, things that you're not going to need to access all of the time, these are going to be solid because it's going to be very, very difficult to beat the value for the capacity that you're going to be able to get. So if you're breaking it down on the cost per terabyte basis, you can get a internal hard drive typically for about $15 per terabyte, versus with these we're looking at anywhere between $80 to $100 per terabyte. So significant differences in them, and obviously prices are always going to vary. Now, the only other thing to consideration is that these are going to be a little bit slower, and these are typically now using SMR type technology, which is shingled magnetic resonance. And the access times are going to be a little bit slower with those versus traditional 7200 RPM type drives. But it's because of that technology that we're able to get capacities as high as we're able to get them to. Now, Seagate is a very well-known brand, right up there with Western Digital, and BarraCuda, this is meant for your everyday type computing, and the cycles are built around that. You do have higher cache on these types of drives in order to make up for the SMR type differences, and then you do have a 2-year warranty just in case anything goes wrong with it. So this is the Seagate BarraCuda 4 terabyte internal disk drive.